That's it? That's all you got, Paul?
Well, I mean, you were late, and I ran out of gusto.
You motherfucker. Hey, everybody. Welcome to Bass and Brews, your weekly distraction from high-quality podcast. I'm Alex. He's Paul. We've got Joe, American Vet Fishing, on the show today. Before we get to Joe, remember, if you want to help support the show, you can head over to patreon.com/bassandbrews. That's patreon.com/bassandbrews. You can become a producer of the show, and that'll give you access to Last Call with Alex and Paul, the Patreon exclusive live show we do monthly. And, yeah, that'd be great. Or you don't have to. You can fuck off, too. I don't care either way. Listen, if you want to be cool, if you really want to be cool, you can also hit me up at bassandbrews@gmail.com and request the Discord server link. We've had some more people come in this week. We've got all kinds of book club festivities over there.
Nerds.
We've got big fish catches. We've got little fish catches, and then everybody says that you're a piece of shit if you catch a little fish. So if you've had a bad day and you didn't catch fish, you can come on over to the Discord server and make fun of somebody who caught a fish, but it's tiny.
Alex, when's the last time you've actually caught a fish?
Oh, since October.
When's the last time you've been fishing?
October. That all changes actually this Friday. I'm going to be in Greg DePalma's neck of the woods on Friday.
Tomorrow?
No, the next Friday. The Friday that people are listening to this.
That would, okay.
Yeah. I'm going to be.
That would be this Friday.
Well, no, today's Thursday.
Bitch, they're listening. Okay, never mind.
You got fucking trolled, you fat fuck. Anyways, we've got, do you got anything? You got any announcements, Paul?
Yeah, I'd like to tell Alex to go fuck himself.
Solid. All right.
How do we have a fishing podcast where one of the hosts doesn't even fish anymore?
I'm going on Friday.
This Friday or next Friday?
This next Friday. I'm so confused on the time travel now.
This next Friday.
Last Friday
Hey,
before Friday.
Bitch, you better put some new line on your riding reels because I know
it's
been a few years.
Dude, all week. No, it hasn't been a few years, but I was using it for salt water, like marshes and shit. So I definitely have to I have a shit ton of braid I picked up yesterday. Yeah, I've got to redo all my shit because everything's rigged for salt water right now. So,
Hey, you know how I can tell you smoke ciggies?
How's that? Because
your whole beard is now gray.
Yeah.
Except where the smoke comes out of your nose onto your mustache and goatee.
Okay.
It's going to be yellow. It's going to be yellow by the time you're 45.
Paul, did you pick up those? Also, this podcast is brought to you by Velo Plus nicotine pouches. Shout out. They're better than Zins. Paul, did you try that new flavor that I sent you?
I have not gone to pick up any new ones since you sent me that information, but I shall.
The hotness is citrus chill. It's like a mango with menthol. It is absolutely fantastic, and they just came out with watermelon. I texted Paul yesterday.
No, I want the fucking watermelon, baby. It is watermelon season. And
Joe, do you use any lip pillows?
Oh yeah, here and there. Yeah.
What's your go-to brand and flavor?
Dude, all we have is Zins around here, dude.
Okay.
Here in Massachusetts, everything's illegal, so there's only like 2 flavors.
I fucking forgot about that. When I went to Boston last year, I smoked menthol cigarettes, and I was like, I'll just pick up some smokes when I'm there. And I get there, and they're like, nope. And I'm like, what the fuck?
Nope, dude, I go to Rhode Island or Connecticut for that.
No, I found the loophole. And it was sweltering fucking hot. And I was like, oh, it's only a 5-mile walk to Coast Guard Sector Boston. Yeah, dude, it was so humid. I had the quintessential ass crack of sweat in the back of my fucking, and I show up as this retiree, where's your menthol cigarettes? I need them now. And I had to go buy a carton of menthols. I forgot that they're all fucked up there.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
so,
it's terrible.
These Velos are amazing. They're bigger than a Zin. Their flavor lasts longer.
You get 9%ers. Time out. Yep. Why the fuck are we all glitching and so far behind?
I don't know.
I'm not.
It's too late now. I'm not. I can see it's you, Paul.
Yeah, it is.
It started off with Joe, and then it went to Alex, and now it's me.
Anyways, they're bigger, and they almost feel kind of wet. They're not dry like a Zin.
Gotcha.
And it's also like a slow release. You know how like a Zyn is kind of like like the devil's wiener shooting in your mouth.
Yeah.
You're making shit up now.
These are like a slow release. They're amazing, but they have a watermelon ice. And I texted Paul yesterday. I went to 5 different Wawas. I drove fucking 40 miles round trip to try to find these fucking watermelon ices, and I still struck out.
And you can't text back on any of the TikToks I sent you since you're now on TikTok again?
Today, I was busy. I just told you.
Are you going to introduce our fucking guest, or is he just going to continue to sit there and it looks like he's not even looking at us?
It's your job. It's your job.
I don't know what kind of podcast host, because he is a co-host of a podcast.
It is true.
Has his shit set up to where when he's looking at us, it looks like he's looking at a picture of Pamela Anderson's boobies off on the wall somewhere.
Is this better?
Yeah,
is this better?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
How many
Just
screens do you have us
my
on?
camera is off to the side. I have a dual screen setup going on.
How the fuck does Bobby let you go over a year with this setup? I'm confused. He's a
because
perfectionist.
he's afraid of me.
Is he?
No, probably not.
Wait. Joe said probably not. So you're still insinuating that there might be like you forcefully made yourself the co-host of Jigs and Bigs.
Hey, can you kick Bobby off like this?
No, I don't know. He has the God rights.
Okay,
he's got the God rights.
Yeah, we share them here. It's the worst idea ever, though.
No, I don't have. Oh, now I'm just by myself.
All right,
this always happens every episode, and the guests like they start like, what the fuck? Yeah, we're professionals around here, so we put the guests first.
Dude, Paul,
by giving them being there by themselves right off the bat, they're like, what the fuck just happened?
Paul, this is the 3rd episode where, like, we've done it all year, but this is the 3rd episode in a row where we've done it in the first 10 minutes. And I feel like it's the best icebreaker now is that we just get off of. I wonder what the audio listeners, if they're like, oh, fuck, they're doing it again. Skip 15 seconds. Skip 15 seconds.
Well, look, today, whenever it is, it's nighttime on a Thursday when we're recording this. Here in North Carolina, summer hit us this week like a sack of sweaty balls right into the face with some drippage of sweat coming down. And I'm in my garage. I have 2 fans and my portable air conditioner going, and it's swampy up in here. But outside of that, I'd like to introduce our guest tonight. He is someone that some of you might know. He has not been on the podcast before, but he is a co-host of a podcast that has been mentioned on this podcast quite a lot. They are our Big Sister podcast.
Nope. Time out. I think we got to change that. I was thinking about that today. We used to always say they're like our big sister, right? I think we changed it to grandfather because Jigs and Bigs at this point is like an institution. Way more than we are. They're an institution. They are like that grandfather who went to Vietnam twice. Like he asked to go back the second time and has like the gnarliest stories. I think that's what it is. I think it's battle-scarred grandpa.
Well, we'll get into this a little bit. Yes, we can call him Peepaw or Peepaw, but the true Peepaw of Jugs and Bugs, a.k.a. Jigs and Bigs podcast, Sean is no longer there. He was the angry old guy. Get the fuck off my lawn, bitch.
Yep.
Yeah, but
he was the angry old guy, and he's no longer there. So there's no more anger involved. It's just jovial Bobby, roast beef, and extra jovial Joe.
That's right.
Fuck yeah. Hey, Alex, name change. Extra jovial Joe.
I can't spell jovial. You take care of it. Everybody who's listening right now, take a minute, pause the show, try to spell fucking jovial. I bet you 80% can't fucking spell it off the top of your head. Thank you very much. But yeah, I don't consider you guys the big sister anymore. I think you guys are the peepaw, maybe the peepaw who somehow divorced grandmom later in life.
And he's the step peepaw. He's the peepaw that came in.
Yeah, you don't let it like we're the peepaw. You don't let like watch the kids when you're not around. You know what I mean? Like if they want to visit peepaw, you only do it when you're there.
It's the one when you go out to eat. you've got to be like, hey, don't fucking talk to the waitress. Can you not sexually harass this fucking waitress?
You put
Exactly.
him in the corner.
That's us in a nutshell. Oh
He's
yeah,
with-
like
he's keep him out of reach distance to anybody that walks by.
the fact we haven't been kicked off of any platforms yet blows my mind. But there's still time.
There's still
I'll say
time.
the same thing about this motherfucking podcast. 'Cause,
True.
we've done.
But yeah,
But
we've got
anyway, back
Joe. We've
okay,
got
can
Joe.
I continue
Yes.
introducing him?
Interrupting?
please,
Yes,
Alex?
you can continue interrupting. Go ahead.
We have extra jovial Joe, American Vet Fishing, on the socials. With us today, co-host of Jigs and Bigs, who we will refer to from here on out as Jugs and Bugs, or Step Peepaw podcast. And the history of Jigs and Bigs goes back a long way on this podcast. Alex reached out to Bobby to help get started. Bobby's been on.
Yep.
That we used to have Sean the fisherman, who's now Sean the athletic director, doesn't fish anymore.
That's a boring podcast.
He's been on a few times. He was Mr. Big Angry, and you could get him off on a tangent rant. It was wonderful. And then Joe came on as the third wheel. And shortly after that, at some point, Sean was like, "Fuck this, I'm out," and Joe became Bobby's ball scratcher, and now he's here with us right now. And it's gonna be an interesting...
Is that your official title over at Jigs and Bigs? Ball scratcher?
it used to be. When Sean was still there, I felt more like an intern sometimes. Sometimes they let me talk, but no, it's it's I just kind of came on. Bobby kind of reached out to me, and because I'm in the big boat world, the bass boat world. He's like, dude, we kind of want to broaden our horizons and spread our wings a little bit, and kind of bring someone in that has a little bit more knowledge in that world, because as Sean and Bobby at the time, I mean, Bobby was more just like a bank angler. Sean was so diehard kayak, so I was like, hell yeah, I'll come in. And it's been I think I scared Sean away because he left, and
he said, I'm going to start an athletic director podcast. Fuck these guys.
I love
Bobby
Sean.
came down and brought his kayak and visited me last year in March, and then he got back home and was like, fuck this kayak shit, I'm done with it. So I pretty much ruined Bobby as a kayak angler. When he came down here, it was cold and rainy. He didn't catch any fish, and the wind almost beat him to death. But we ate good, we camped out, and had a great time.
Yeah, and
I met him before Alex.
You did, and it's all in fun with Sean. I want to shout it out. I think I might have mentioned it a long time ago on the podcast. Huge shout out to Sean. When I was transitioning from the military to the civilian world, he sat down with me for hours to write a resume that got me a job. So, and a good ass job, not like McDonald's or some shit. But if you got to work at McDonald's, go fucking do what you got to do to put food on the table. But no, he got me, and he took the time. I didn't pay him or anything. Like, it was like 4 to 5 hours to like flesh out a full fucking resume. So,
and pretty much all of that time that he spent with Alex was changing all the grammatical errors and spelling errors.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah, he did so good that I got a writer job. It's amazing.
Hey, Joe, let's start off with a bang. You're not retired yet. You're still currently in the military.
I am.
Are you like in the real military, or are you like Natty Ice?
I'm asking the question, bitch. I'm asking the question.
Okay.
Speaking of real military, what do you think about Alex's military career choice?
Dude,
branch?
I am the last person that'll ever shit on any branch, especially with the Coast Guard. Does some of the most badass like LE, like law enforcement, like offshore stuff.
Yeah,
like dude. There's a point where I was like, man, I might swap over and try to do that shit, but
man.
I get wicked seasick, so I can't do that.
Okay, next question. You fucking ruin it. Good job.
Yeah,
Joe.
no, that was great. But I do have a real question. Are you in the real military? I said Natty Ice. I meant to say Natty Light. That's my new name for the National Guard, is Natty Light, because I think it's like the best name ever.
Yeah. So I'm like an apparition, dude. So I am active through
the National Guard.
The National Guard.
Yeah.
So AGR, Active Guard Reserve. I've been, so it's cool. So I pretty much stayed around home for the entire time. Deployed a ton. Did Afghanistan, Iraq a couple times, shit like that. But yeah, it kind of fell into my lap, like doing that, because you don't have to do the bullshit of like PCSing and all that crap, mostly. But
Listen, what he's talking about is legit. My
Yeah.
my father-in-law and mother-in-law both retired out of the Air National Guard as AGRs.
Yep.
My father-in-law retired out as a E9 in the Air National Guard. He did 35 years. He did 0 fucking PCS moves in 35 years. The same fucking unit. Got BAH.
Yep.
All that good shit, all the benefits, none of the downsides. So honestly, that's the best way to do it.
Yep. Yeah,
So
I
fly?
wouldn't change it. Yeah. Oh yeah, because I'm in the Air Force. I fly jet. So
Everybody
the cool
flies
ones.
in the Air Force, right?
Oh,
No,
dude.
Everybody pilots.
No.
That's fucking a letdown.
No,
It's a
my
wicked
father-in-law was a cop. And not a real one, a military cop. He says it all the time. He's like, listen, I was a cop for 35 years. I was like, but were you? Like, did you ever, like, I know you gave out speeding tickets, but did you ever, like, do other law enforcement?
Did you get the foot chase?
So he was security police back in that. Yeah. So I kind of came in as that, but security forces, we do more of the air-based ground defense stuff. But, so I get it.
Yeah.
So you didn't get to fly anything?
No.
No ride-alongs? They wouldn't take you up in
So
F-16?
it's funny.
Ride-along?
It's funny. I was actually supposed to get a backseat ride last month, and so we're actually in transition right now. We're going from the F-15 to the F-35. So so we're like our F-15s are like getting dermoed, right? Like they're getting sent to the boneyard, and we have 1 2-seater left. And I was supposed to go, I think it was last month, May, and it broke. So it's finally it's finally like back up and running. Like the list is like kind of like I still got a bunch of people in front of me, but it's like the earliest I'll be able to do it is probably like August, because I took so much leave this summer. Like I'm not there at all. Like, and I'm traveling, I'm going down to ICAST next month, and I'm going out to LA with the wife for a work trip. So it's like I'm not gonna be around much. So
that thing's going to be broken by the time you show up. That bitch is going to be fucking broken.
That's all they're using it for right now, is to just kick the shit out
morale
of people in the back seat.
Yeah,
that's it. That's all they're using it for. So they're beating the absolute fuck out of this thing twice a day.
Yep.
Right now.
So you don't want to be the last flight, just in case it just is like, fuck it, I give up.
Oh, dude, so it's funny because one of my really close friends is actually is one of the pilots. I told him I'm only doing it if he flies. He actually was a mechanic. And then, commissioned, went and ended up got picked for flight school, whatever. But I told him we were joking around one day. I'm like, dude, the first time I hear like some weird noise, I'm pulling that ejection handle so fast.
I remember when I was like super young I think I was only in like a year. Yeah, it had to only be a year. We got the whistling shit can on our ship, right? Which is like a 65 helicopter. It's the big bright orange one everybody sees. Yeah. And they were doing morale flights. And I was like, oh, I don't really like heights, but I got picked. And I remember going to my E6, and I was at E3 at the time. And I was like, listen, boss, like, I'm not really a big fan of heights. And he goes, oh, cool, you're a bitch then. I got you. And I was like, well, no. And he's like, what do you want? You're just going to bitch out of this opportunity? And so he basically fucking guilted me into it. And we get up, and it's cool. We get off the boat, off the back end, where the flight deck is. We go around, it's fucking neat and shit, and then they're like, all right, now we're going to land. This is where people don't like it. I'm like, I don't get it. And we get probably about 15 feet above the flight deck. Mind you, the boat is moving at the same time. You have to have the movement to get the lift for the helicopter. And they just fucking drop that bitch. You literally go from like 15 feet up, and they just fucking slam into the deck. And I'm like, I'll be honest, I fucking pissed a little. Like, not a lot, not like a full thing, but I definitely pissed a little. It was scary as fuck.
Oh, it's funny because like my best friend is actually our command chief, so our command E9.
Fuck yeah.
We joined together.
Joe gets away with everything, just so everybody knows. He gets preferential treatment up the ass.
Dude, he's like him and I joined together in the buddy system. You know what I mean? Like that dude's been my best friend since we were like 10. But so he's like, dude, you got to do it. Dude, I'll be 100% honest with you guys. Right, you heard it here first on the show. I don't even really want to do it, dude.
Right.
I don't even want to. Yeah. But they're like, they're the same thing. Like, oh, don't be a little bitch. I'm like, dude, I am. Like,
And it's worse when you get older because now you're like an old bitch.
well, not only
kids.
this thing's 10 years older than I am.
Yeah, fuck
Like,
that.
it's a piece of shit, dude. It's like bringing a 1993 Toyota Tercel, like all rusted out, like on the highway, dude, and like doing a cross country trip with it. You're not going to do it. It's not safe, you know. So it's like, I'm good, but like,
Hey, I was watching Hot Shots last night. You should
Part
when
two?
you get your just the first one.
the OG.
Part two's coming up. But first, last night while I was eating, I finished up Firebirds. Does anybody remember Firebirds with Nicolas
Oh
Cage?
my god, that was. Oh wait, is that the helicopter one?
Yes.
I
Right after
used to
Top
love
Gun,
that.
1990.
I used to love that when I was a kid.
I did too, and now I watch it as an adult, and I'm like, this is fucking terrible.
Well,
Like,
I'm not gonna do it as an adult.
They're shooting fucking MiGs out of
it's
the
so
air
bad.
with. I mean,
I just saw it. Yeah.
but on that, a good friend of mine who was my long snapper in college is an Apache pilot, and he
Oh
lives
no
here.
shit! Yeah,
And
that's cool.
In Raleigh, the I guess is that Army National Guard is what he's in now. Their base is here in Raleigh, and so Sharon Harris, that's where they do a bunch of training flights. And matter of fact, I got videos I got to post. So they do a bunch of training flights on Sharon Harris, and every time I see an Apache, a lot of times they're doing low flight stuff over the water. It's cool as hell. But every time I see one, I stand up and I'm waving, jumping, pumping my fists and shit, hoping it's him one day. And it still has not been. But I was out 2 weeks ago, and I heard them coming. And I look back, and it's fucking 4 of them in a line, treetops height, coming down the lake. I'm gonna post that video. And I'm gonna post it. And then they were doing their yearly training exercise up there, so they were doing some shit. It was cool as fuck. But I had the now defunct Entertainingly Educational podcast. He was a guest on there, and we talked about Firebirds and stuff like that. But it was fun.
Did you know that the Coast Guard has 2 Apaches?
I did not know that.
Yeah, we shoot life rings out of it.
Really?
No, I'm just joking.
Oh, I was going dude, I've seen some weird shit.
Joe's like, holy shit.
In the back of my mind, I was like, "There's no fucking way." But I was like, "I'll let them have it. I'll let them have it."
We
y'all remember those little toys though that shot out the little spinny wheels?
The little rings, yeah.
So they're trying to save somebody, and they're lining them up with their infrared headgear and shooting the light.
So the only
hits them in the head and fucking knocks them out.
So the only reason why I kind of believed it, I was in shit. Where was I? Oh, I was in Parwan Province, Afghanistan, the Hindu Kush Mountains, and I'm in the DFAC, the dining facility, and I look over, and I'm like, "Who the fuck are these guys?" 2 fucking Coast Guards,
Coasties, intel fuckers.
Yep. So So I actually think that what these guys was they were sending a bunch of containers out, and I think they had something to do with that because they were going on like ships. Yeah,
they could have been inspectors. Yeah.
So.
Listen, there's coasties everywhere. I keep trying to get them on. Like, so my last deployment, everybody knows because it was like very public on the show, right? But to keep me sane was this young man named Daniel Duffin. This dude was funny as shit. He's like the biggest dum-dum pants. He was in the berthing area with me, and he says the word wooder. And I was like, motherfucker, are you from South Jersey? And he goes, yeah. And I'm like, I fucking live there. Instant friends, right?
Yeah.
But this guy, what?
Y'all delivering babies?
No. What?
You said you were in the birthing center.
The birthing area. That's where we sleep,
what was it,
dipshit.
Puppies? Dolphins?
Oh, get out of here. Get out of here. Shut up. Anyways, so this dude is the best dude to drink with. He's fun, but like he makes sure that we're all safe. Like he is just the fucking best. It's just a great guy. Had so much in common. And I met his wife. It was awesome. It was great times. And
see her boobies?
No. And then all of a sudden, they're like, hey, we've got an all hands on the ship. Duff is getting an award. And we're like, what the fuck is that dum-dum getting an award for? And dude, the Pac Area Admiral shows up, and he got the first combat action ribbon given to a coastie since Vietnam.
No
and
shit.
I was like, dude, what the fuck did you get that for? And he's just like, I don't know, bro. It's a story. And I'm like, The fuck? So I finally, dude, he's got this crazy story about doing intel. I'm getting goosebumps. He was doing intel in Afghanistan as a Coastie, as an E4, like a
That's
new
gnarly.
intel analyst.
Yeah.
And they got attacked. And he legit had to drop his nerd shit and pick up a weapon because somebody abandoned their post, one of the Marines there. And he fucking had to lay down fire for 6 hours to defend this top secret SCI site from insurgents trying to overrun it.
Do you know what year that was, by chance?
I don't.
Roughly?
I'll find out and text you, though.
I wonder if it was Camp Bastion.
It could have been.
That went down there, yeah.
But mind you, this is also the guy who the first time I met, he goes, yo, bro, you know how to do fucking laundry? Like, is it fucking necessary to separate my fucking clothes? Like, again, I love that dude, but he has, and like, it's a fucking gnarly story. And then mind you, now he's on this ship and he's doing we're doing a fisheries patrol. So he went from doing that to now he's got to get intel on the deadliest catch boats. He's like, this is fucking stupid. And I'm like, yeah, it is. You're right.
Oh, I feel him. I feel that.
Dude, it's so crazy when you meet like some of the people who like done some like crazy shit. And then you meet them and like a lot of times they're like nonchalant, which is like normal, right? But then somewhere you're like, you can't function as a human being properly. My favorite Duff story is we're all sitting around, we're playing God of War on PS4 or 5 or whatever. We're all sitting in the berthing area. There's like 6 old dudes and him. And all of a sudden they go on the loudspeaker on the boat, they go, now the ops intel brief is being held in CIC. And he goes, oh shit, I'm giving that and I haven't done fucking shit. And he runs up to CIC. Dude, he gives this brief, and I ran up after him because I was like, I want to see what he's going to pull out of his ass. He was talking about rogue waves and shit. And I was like, do you even know what that is? And he goes, nah. I just saw it in one of those Coast Guard movies. Like, he was the biggest bullshitter with stuff.
Wait. What the... name one Coast Guard movie.
The Guardian.
Besides the fucking Guardian.
What's that one up in Mass? It's A Perfect Storm.
Perfect Storm.
Yeah. Yep.
That wasn't a Coast Guard movie, though. That was a fishing boat movie.
And then they just recently did one also up in Mass about the MLB, the motor lifeboat dudes that were up there.
No, man. I'm talking about Top Gun, Firebirds. Like,
Guardian.
those are real movies.
All we have is Guardian with Ashton Kutcher, who somehow gets into a bar fight with a bunch of Navy folks with his E8 at MOS school, and somehow he gets to go back to class.
At least he got Kevin Costner in that one.
Dude, but Kevin Costner was the worst. He like cut his cable. He was just like, I've got to save the whole bird, and he cuts his like that's not fucking real. I'm gonna tell you what. Any E8, that dude did over 20 years. He's ready for retirement. He ain't fucking ending it right there.
He's not jumping anymore, dude.
No.
He's sitting behind a desk.
Exactly.
They stole that scene from Cliffhanger with Sly.
They basically
when he
did.
dropped the woman, and then at the end he didn't. They just reversed it.
But you're absolutely right, Joe. That I remember seeing that being like, there's fucking no way an E8 is jumping out of a helicopter. There's no way. No. That E8 is gonna, because I've seen some E8s. Usually they're fat. Doesn't matter what rate you are, they're fat.
Yep.
At least in the Coast Guard, they got big giant bellies. I had an E8 who had to get removed from the ship because he was so fat he couldn't get through the scuttle. He couldn't get through the hole to go down decks. Oh. Right? There's no way that Kevin Costner's jumping into that fucking water. Come at me, ASTs. If we have any listening, you goddamn prima donnas, go fuck yourselves.
Wow. So, Joe, what's your favorite color?
Do you like fish?
Favorite color is blue, and yes, I do love fishing.
Oh, imagine that. Fucking Air Force's favorite color is blue.
Man, it was blue before I joined the Air Force.
You were born to be an AGR.
That's right. And to be fair, I actually joined the Marine Corps first. I actually joined the Marine Corps first, and my dad found out who was in the Air Force. She's like, no, you fucking aren't joining the Marine, because I joined in 2002, so it was like, yeah,
you don't want to be in the Marine Corps. I mean, maybe you do, but that's
it's like Afghanistan was getting weird, and then they were just talking about like the Iraq shit, and then when I was in boot camp, is when the surge happened, or the invasion happened. Like, they made us sit down in the day room and watch it on the news. But my dad's like, "See, aren't you glad you didn't join?" I was like, "Yeah, all right, Dad. I'm
you fucking
gonna go."
There's also like way hotter chicks in the Air Force, and as a young man, I feel like if anybody is listening to this and thinking about joining the military, you've got to really Because you shouldn't go blue on blue contact, right? You should never sleep with somebody at your unit, but it's going to happen.
You don't shit where you eat, man.
Yeah, but it's going to happen. And
yeah, it's going to.
Wouldn't it be you don't nut where you sleep for that kind of...
You don't nut where you rut.
yeah.
But yeah, you got to look
you
them out.
Nut in the butt.
Okay. Like, all right, we went way off on military here, right? So there's this new post going around, right? They just made this young lady a nuclear. She's a nuclear engineer. She just made her E8 in the Navy.
A what?
A nuclear engineer. Did I say it wrong?
There ain't a U after the C.
Anyways. Paul's got to do this because Paul was a backup punter and never served his country.
I can't even say that word. Nuclear.
But anyways, so she's all over the internet right now. She's in the Navy because she is very large. And somehow they made her not an E8, an E9. Out of she went through a selection board and they said, "Yep, we're going to pick you." And there's a lot of argument on she is very smart. You have to be to do that job, and maybe we don't care about it. But then the other end is like, she's at the high end of senior enlisted, and maybe you should be within the regs.
Yeah.
But just realize you're always going to have to deal with that in the Navy. There's always going to be a lady with a giant boat butt. And unless you're super into that.
I have met some large people that were athletic as fuck, sneakily athletic, that could handle their body weight with what they were, so you can't judge a book by its cover.
But you can when the Navy standard gives you a weight and a size your waist can be.
I'm not arguing with these standards.
You are.
I'm arguing that the size
Listen
of
here,
people
you hippie,
isn't always what their
I agree.
Their physical abilities are.
But I'm saying as a whole, the Navy's the worst branch because if you're a young man who's going to go out on a boat for 9 months at a time, you probably want something nice to look at, and they've got the worst. They've got the worst. The biggest
That's
bucket.
Very mean. I don't agree with Alex. Anybody listening to this podcast who's mad at him, I'm mad with you. And you should send him some hate mail. I will send you his address.
Nope. Send it to bassandbrews@gmail.com.
The best thing that you can do is I will send you his email address, not the Bass and Brews. Don't send it to that. I'll send you his personal email address. Go to all the local car dealerships and just type his name in and just type some random car in that is used that he wants to sell. And I will guarantee you he'll have a really good time with it.
For like 6 months, I kept getting these calls, Joe.
Have you heard this, Joe? Have you heard of this?
Dude, for 6 months, I kept getting these calls. And I never mentioned it to Paul, but I'm talking like twice a day.
I never asked either.
Twice a day, and they're ranging all of South Jersey, the greater Philadelphia area, all of North Jersey, and a couple from New York City, asking about Priuses. And they're like, we know you're interested. And I'm like, the fuck I am. No. And
it was not Priuses. He had a Prius to sell.
Oh, whatever it was. Finally, I kept getting voicemail. And finally, like after 6 months, I led into this guy and he goes, listen, man, you're the one that put your name into this. And I'm like, what? And then it dawned on me. I'm like, fucking Paul.
Well, what happened was he got a call when we were in the green room when Alex and I would hop on here at like 30 minutes before we're supposed to record and shoot the shit. Yeah, and he got a phone call and he's like, what, man? Fuck, man. I've been getting these fucking phone calls for months. Fucking, I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, robocalls? I get those all day too. He's like, nah, motherfuckers keep calling me about a Prius, about me selling a Prius. And I just started fucking laughing.
Fucking asshole, dude.
His face was just nothing. It was just nothing. It was nothing in his eyes because at this point he realized.
This is the height of like practical joker Paul. This is the time when we had a green beret on and Paul insulted him and the guy got fucking mad about it.
No, it was the other way around. He said something I thought was insulting and I got pissed off and completely left the podcast.
He left. Like he even dropped out of the green room.
10 minutes. Yeah, I left the green room. I signed off. 10 minutes. Just nothing. Alex didn't know, but Matt knew. Matt knew what was going on. I had planned this. And so, yeah.
The Josie thing, that was all in the same year. The Josie thing, he tells me we've got this lady coming on who she's a truck driver, but a female angler. We have her on. She starts talking about like waffle stomping her shits at truck stops. And
What the fuck?
no, it was just Jake Harshman's fucking wife.
And Jake was actually the guest that night, but we went for about 15 minutes or something, 10 minutes, I don't know.
Dude,
Jake
it's-
ended up ruining
it's
it
the
because
worst.
he wouldn't let his wife have the light, the
Right.
limelight, and he ruined it
So
by coming on.
selfish.
But Alex was lost as fuck during that one, too.
I'm
This
literally
whole-
texting
'cause
Paul
her
going
and-
like,
her
where
and
the
I-
fuck did you drag this lady up from?
Because her and I are just going back and forth and wouldn't stop. So that was the thing. Is like, hey, we're just going to talk and not let Alex get any time to talk. So
Oh
yeah,
my
it was good times.
You guys
Yeah,
ever do
so
that on Jigs and Bigs?
Oh,
you
no,
should-
we haven't.
you
But
should
I
prank Bobby. Oh, he would
So-
lose. He would lose it. He would be like, "What the fuck is going on here?"
yeah, I don't know. Like, I don't know if he would think it's funny.
See, you talked about earlier about y'all hadn't been canceled yet, but this is why we would
Yeah.
be first because
Yeah.
But also, you can't really do that because you don't have like he can just end it
Right.
where
Right.
I have control. Matter of fact, when Alex was gone and I had full control, I put 2-factor authentication on so that he can't even change the passwords. But he had, so I have it on some stuff, he has it on some stuff. So anytime, after a while, you get logged out and have to log back in. And so
Yeah.
one of us is always trying to send me the fucking code, send me this a pain in the ass. But
It really is.
it's worth it for me to continue with some pranks.
I
in
think
the
we need to
future.
do that. I think we need to do 2025. We'll work with Joe to where we'll see if he can
Yes.
prank Bobby and see if it actually airs.
You need to.
Okay.
All right, this is how we started off. Bobby's not going to listen to this. Don't none of you motherfuckers that listen to Jugs and Bugs alert Bobby to any of these plans either. If you do, we're going to kick you out of the Discord. We're not going to send you your lures, which Alex still hasn't done to anybody for a
been a
year. But
year.
anyway, this is how we're going to do it. Joe, you got to be like, this is a process. So most of my pranks with Alex have been. It has been days, weeks, or months of work.
He plays
to
the
set it
long
up.
game. He
I
definitely
do.
plays the long
I
game.
set it up. So this is what you do, Bobby. I want to start a segment, like a side podcast, a 15, 20-minute podcast where I talk about lures that I'm catching fish on now because it's relevant. We put it out. People can listen to it. So then be like, hey, I just want to get the stuff so I can run the podcast and do the recording.
Mhm.
And then he gives you the login information.
Yeah, the login
and then
information.
boom,
You're in.
y'all recording one day, and then you invite Alex and I just come out of nowhere, and we'll be shirtless.
Yeah.
We'll be shirtless. And,
Luchador masks on.
yeah, shirtless and luchador mask.
Yep.
Dude,
And
I don't
pop
know if
in
he
and
would.
surprise
I don't know if he would give me the login, dude.
Dude, if he gave no, Paul, we take this farther. We act like Joe's similar to our age. Do you guys remember the NWO in wrestling?
Yes.
Dude, we do that. Like, once you get the logins, you send us the link on the down low. We come in mass. We kick Bobby out of the show, off of StreamYard. Yeah, we do instead of NWO, it's BWO, and the Bass and Brews World Order, and we'll see if it gets done. Like, see if he notices what happens, and then he's going to get upset and be like, what the fuck is this? Boom, kick him right from the stream.
All right, man.
I'll
You
have to
gotta.
start working it.
Yes, I love it. This is going to be so great because Bobby won't come on our show anymore because he's too fucking busy.
Too busy. It's
Listen.
too busy for our show sometimes.
Listen, when you're like the premier show, again, like you guys don't do that stuff normally because you guys have like sponsors and you're a respectable show in the community. Yeah, so we're there to slum it up
But see,
and just
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why this is why you need to start putting the bug in his ear a little bit where
Yeah.
Bobby can't record. Just like, hey man, I've got a guest I can bring on and we can get the episode out. You don't have to worry about it. I'll take and do
Yeah,
it,
yeah,
deal
yeah.
with it.
You know what? He's gonna be like, fuck that. This guy's up to something. He's never done this before.
Yeah. He's so. I'm gonna have to really.
But the other problem is Bobby actually edits y'all's podcast too.
That is true.
Oh yeah, he does. He edits
He
the
actually,
shit out of it.
Yeah, Bass and Brews, for folks that don't know, we don't edit shit. We record, and whatever happens from the red light going on to the red light going off, Friday that bitch is going out just like that. Like there's no editing. We don't do any of that shit. So we don't put any work outside of scheduling guests and showing up. Right,
talking shit. Yep,
it's organic. It's organic.
That's right. That's right. You know what? We should put that in the tagline. The most organic, the most organic bass fishing podcast.
Yeah.
We don't edit because we're lazy.
Yep. We're the raw dogging. We're the raw dogging of fishing podcast.
Hell yeah.
All organic.
We are.
No spermicide.
Oh.
No lube. No
Who the fuck
condom.
uses spermicides though?
Well, I mean, I don't know. They probably, the gas station ones probably have the spermicide, even though I hadn't seen a gas station condom roulette in a long time. South Carolina still has them. You
just got the random dick pills now at the gas stations.
Yeah, the horny goat weed.
Spicy cubes. Don't they call them spicy cubes or something?
Dude, it's so funny you say that. I heard about those for the first time today. They came like through my TikTok.
Oh, I was about to say they came to my mailbox.
They came to my mailbox.
Your wife has something
with my
special
wife's
for
name
you.
on them. Yeah.
Ooh, that LA trip is gonna be wild.
Yeah.
Or she's like, man, Joe just ain't cutting it anymore. I gotta get him a little bit of help.
Yeah, she grabbed the envelope, then hopped in a car, and I didn't see her for 3 hours.
She took her blue shoe and ran.
Like, I gotta go get some orange juice. I'll be back tomorrow.
Yeah.
She went out for milk and didn't come back home.
Yeah, never came back. Now it's just me and the asshole kids.
Yeah. Hey, don't get in trouble in Massachusetts. Woo!
What?
If you ever get in trouble in Massachusetts, run.
Why?
Be
the Karen Reed thing.
Yeah, dude. It's been wild here because of that, dude.
Dude, the best part about the Karen Reed trial is listening to when they talk to people, because they've got the gross, like Joe's accent, just the gross Massachusetts accent, and they're like, fuck those police. You never fucking trust them. And I'm like, God damn.
Dude, the Massachusetts State Police are the most hated people right now. And it's funny because I have so many friends that are that are Mass State Troopers, and they're just like, I just like get my car and I hide for 8 hours now.
Right? That's so funny.
My traffic control consists of sitting under the overpass pretending to run radar.
Exactly.
I'm not pulling nobody over. If there's a wreck, I'm going to go work it, but no tickets.
And they're not going in reverse at all. That did not end well last time somebody went in reverse.
No.
Dude, Amanda's like you, Paul. She's been so locked into this thing, and I think it was yesterday it came out as not guilty.
Yeah.
And dude, we're literally in the middle of eating. She's like, "Oh, thank God!" And she starts throwing this hubbub, and I'm like, "What's going on?" She's like, "Not guilty." I'm like, "Fucking who?" Like, because right now, I'm sure everybody knows, like, we're going to have World War III, maybe. I don't fucking know.
Yep.
So I don't know why she's freaking out. And she's talking about this lady in fucking Massachusetts. And I'm like, what the fuck? She's like, I've been following it for a year and a half, and we finally had justice.
Same.
Like, what the fuck?
Samesies.
Yeah.
I don't even like true crime or shit like that, but was very, very interesting. And, you know, if you're on TikTok scrolling, there's
careful though, because if you watch one video all the way through, you're gonna have fucking 40 videos.
Yep.
Not this is a TikTok thing too. It's just not the Karen Reed trial. It's anything. Right. If you're scrolling through Facebook and your wife asks you something, and you try to pause it and you don't hit pause, or you're scrolling and you put it to the side and it's something else, you might as well fucking close that bitch out, let it sit for 15 or 20 minutes before you come back home.
Like it's a misfired
TikTok
weapon.
is going to bombard you with fucking duck videos or The AI videos right now. Where
Oh my god, I love the
people are
fucking AI videos.
running
Joe, what do you think
hops.
about these AI videos?
The Bigfoot vlog
Yeah,
is my
dude.
favorite thing on the planet right now, dude.
I'm all fucked up on cocaine, running in the woods.
Somebody messaged me on one of the damn things and asked me about that because of the podcast. They're a listener, and I forgot to answer back, and because I saw it when I was out crushing trash, and I forgot to answer back, and I can't remember which one it's on. So anyway, I got to go back and check that.
But dude, the fucking Bigfoot vlogs are like the best. Is like, oh, I found this fucking thing here, and he holds up a vape, and he's just like,
Oh yeah, he's
I
like,
started sucking on it. Now I can't fucking stop.
I ran out of the juice, and the tree sap tastes like shit.
Shit. I also like when he did Zins, and he's like, I'm fucking feeling great. Oh my god. I fucking love them, and they've expanded now to like aliens.
Oh yeah,
the raccoon ones are they're right up there with Bigfoot. Have you seen the
I
raccoon
haven't
ones?
seen
yet?
the raccoon ones.
Dude,
yet.
the raccoons is like, what's up, fam? Just hanging out. Gonna dig through some fucking trash like a fucking boss. Like, it's so fucking good.
Yo, have you seen like the old historical ones?
Oh, bro.
Dude, there's like wicked fucked up ones. I'm like, oh my god.
There's one I saw. I'll talk about it off air. It was really fucking funny.
Yeah.
There's like two that I have saved, and I think I watch them almost daily because I think they're so fucking funny.
Oh.
They're so good. The historical ones, I want more. Listen, this is the AI that I dreamt of, where I can have funny, inappropriate, whimsical conversations with Bigfoot and historical figures. This is what I want.
Yep.
Hey, so, hey, Joe, what do you think about bass fishing?
Yeah,
That's my jam, man. Bass fishing's my jam. That's what I live for, dude.
That and
Not my
Bigfoot.
kids. Not my kids. Not my, I love my dog. I love my dog maybe a little more. No, I love my kids. I love my kids.
What's going on?
No,
here?
dude, bass fishing.
Siri, the fuck is going on? Stop, Siri. Stop, Siri. Stop. The fuck.
Joe's like, I don't have to deal with this on Jugs and Bugs. This is bullshit.
Right, that's because Bobby always turns my mic off. He tells me when I'm allowed to talk.
Like this.
Joe, you.
He's muted. He's muted.
Little fucking son of a bitch.
See, we ruin our podcast because Alex and I are two 10-year-old brothers, twins, who just
It's like the
fucking
movie
listen to
Twins, too.
Yeah.
So
it
it's
is.
funny. It's funny because I have that. I have two 10-year-old. Well, they just turned 11. Twins, boys.
You got 4 twins?
No, I got two. I got a set of twins.
Okay,
Oh,
you
dude.
said 2 twins, and that means there's 4 of them.
Oh, dude, no. If I had another set, I'd bring them off to the fucking lake, dude.
Wow, you should. All right, now, goddamn.
He
Now
would
we
have
gotta
Karen.
fuck it at it.
He would have Karen Reeded the shit out of him.
Just kidding. Just kidding. No. So
You got twins?
yeah.
Boys,
they-
girls, or a mix?
Boys.
Just said boy.
And they're not-
listen.
I wasn't. You were talking.
They're not
bitch.
identical. They're not
Okay.
identical. They don't even look alike. They hate each other. It's the fucking wildest thing, dude. Like, I'm like this. I was like, you guys are the worst twins ever. Like,
Have you thought about doing Hunger Games with them? Just let them fight it out for the superior twin.
I've never done that.
Listen, Paul, that goes with what we talked about last week, Joe. So last week we had the host from Bass After Dark. We had BTC
Yeah.
and Ken Duke on, right? And somehow this piece of shit show got Ken Duke on. Which Ken Duke is dirty. If you guys haven't listened to that episode, go back. Ken Duke was doing nothing but making like dirty jokes about everybody in bass fishing.
Hell yeah.
But
like that.
we came up with a way, like, professional bass fishing can get stale. It's hard for them to like get that excitement, right? So we came up with that if 2 anglers come up onto a spot at the same time, they have to fucking fight. Like,
Fight it out.
legit
First one off the boat
fucking
loses.
fight.
I like that.
Yeah, like
like
you've
that.
got Mike Iaconelli beating the fuck out of Hank Parker to get to that fucking spot. I don't care if he's old. It
Hank
happens.
Parker's not fishing tournaments, but
I just used an
you
example.
get I get it.
thanks.
I get it.
You,
Yeah,
you
you
know
ruined
you know how you get bass fishing interesting again You do it the way golf did it, dude. No one likes to watch golf, but have you ever been to a professional like golf match?
It can be hype.
You just get fucked up the whole
Well, there's
time.
that. But what's that one in Vegas? The
No, it's not Vegas. It's
you're thinking of
Arizona
Phoenix.
Waste
The
management.
you're
Waste
thinking of waste
management one.
management.
That's what they need to do. Make every single Bassmaster event like the waste management.
Hold on. Time out.
Exactly.
They
Yeah.
can't do that because there's no fucking spectators at a
Well, that's-
fishing tournament.
Well, that's
Do
what
it.
I'm saying. Like, do like a block party or something
Yeah.
like that. Like a bunch of like, and
No,
have
step
beer,
it up.
dude.
Step it up. Step it up
We
one more.
had-
You can do that, Paul. Hold on.
Hold
you
on.
can.
No,
you can
no.
get party barges and
So,
have everybody
Alex,
just get fucked
you
up on the
weren't-
barge.
I can't remember who the guest was, but it was when you were not here.
Yeah.
We talked about this, and that was my suggestion.
That's
is
perfect.
that they get stadium boats and they ride them around the lake with the spectators, and you have a bar. Maybe you got somebody grilling some weenie dogs, and you have some bright leaf hot dogs, and you have a spectator boat that is stadium seating that you drive around and do that. That was This was 3 years ago. Somewhere
Dude, that's
near, but
perfect.
you
This
weren't
is how
here.
we
Yeah.
create the XFL of bass fishing. We do Jigs and Brews fishing tournament. There's nobody at weigh-in because everybody's getting BUIs out on the fucking lake watching everybody
Well,
go
no,
around.
they're not, because they're not driving the boat. You have a designated
You're right.
boat driver, so
Yeah.
nobody's getting in trouble. You
But
know,
it's a little person driving the boat.
Yes.
Yes.
So Alex would be great for that job.
I can finally make captain.
I went from an E5 to captain, bitches.
I was an
after I
E6. Thank you very
retired.
much. E6. Thank you very much.
Alex could have retired 35 years later, like his father-in-law, and he still would have been an E6.
Fuck yeah. Actually, yeah, I still would have been.
It is because he can't spell jovial.
That was never on my service-wide exam. No jovial. There's no jovial in search and rescue.
There's no jovial in the military, huh?
We pull. There's a lot of jovial, but you never pull somebody out and they're jovial.
I don't know. Did y'all see there was something ran across my TikTok yesterday
We obviously didn't see it. It was your fucking TikTok.
that the boat
Fat
sunk?
piece of shit.
The boat sunk, and they had to hop in the life raft. I'm not sure if they had an EPIRB. The videos that they were making were quite jovial, to be honest.
Okay.
They were quite jovial, but they didn't have a lot of context to them besides the boat sank. They were in their life raft. Don't know if they have an EPIRB. I think they had life vest, but they thought they had 8 flares.
Oh.
And so they popped 2 of them off real quick. And then they saw a boat, they said, miles away, and they popped a third one off. And then they go to reload the fucking flares, and they're hand flares. They weren't even the gun flares. They were the hand flares that they had left. But they ended up getting rescued. Everything went good. And on that, so yeah, good times. Speaking of your boat sinking, Joe, you alluded to earlier that you're
What
a
a fucking
bass boat
segue.
guy,
I am.
and so no kayak fishing. You're not poor. Even though, well, I can't even say that anymore. You're not a peasant. I mean, even expensive kayaks, you're still a peasant.
Yeah.
Because
do
you
okay.
can fit more than one person on your boat, and you can fit rods, and you can do a lot of that stuff. I don't even know why I'm still talking. You fished the ABA the last couple years, and you went down to Hartwell, I think, last year, didn't you? Didn't you drive down to Hartwell
Year
for
before.
the
Year
championship?
before,
Year
I
before?
made the championship. Yeah, I made the nationals down there. Yeah. It was awesome.
Did you win?
No, I came in
Yeah, we're not
70
clapping then. We're not
Yeah, I
clapping.
came in 74th.
Out of
How many-
75?
Out of 75. No, it was actually out of it was like 230.
Oh,
So I'll
shit.
take
That's
it.
not
Yeah.
bad.
Bo, Massachusetts to
Yeah.
Hartwell in a
Yeah.
I'll take that.
74th finish.
Yeah.
Fuck the claps, snaps for Joe.
Stop with the snaps. Stop
Hey,
with
why
the
didn't you
snap.
fish ABA this year?
So I am fishing ABA. I did start to fish ABA this year, and I went down to. So I fish a lot of the regional, the local ones. That's how you gain your points to go to make the nationals. I went down to was it last month? I went down to the military tournament down in Georgia, down in West Point Lake. It's just current former military members. It's a team tournament, and it's something they've been doing for a long time.
That was obviously on a drill weekend, right?
Yeah, because
So-
it was a work.
Yo, dude, it was so you'll get this. It was a permissive TDY.
Yeah. That's
wow.
fucking awesome.
Yeah, so I didn't have to take any days off.
No
for it.
leave. Yeah.
So long story short, we didn't do very well. My partner was Taylor Magditch from Fish or Die. We were like in the middle of the pack, dude. I don't know if you guys ever heard of that place. It is hot garbage. That lake. It's just 1 to 2 pound spots. Like 50th place to first place is like within like 10 ounces. You know what I mean?
Ugh.
Yeah. It was the winning bag. The biggest bag was 14 pounds, like through the whole 3 days.
Sounds like a New Jersey tournament.
Yeah, exactly.
Joe, you've got to bring Bobby down, and we got to go fishing. Our winning bag on Falls last weekend was 33 pounds,
That's
and it took
wild.
22 pounds to be in the money.
That's
Top,
gnarly.
I don't know, top 12, top 15, somewhere in there had 20 plus pounds.
That's gnarly.
Well, that's just they have bigger fish. It's easier. We covered that
Yeah.
last show. Like,
No, it's
it-
easy in Florida. It's not easy to do.
well,
that here.
Florida is the easiest. Anybody who's a hardcore angler in Florida is like
Yeah.
the guy
Yeah.
who brags about being a competitive guy, but it's because he's
Yeah.
beating kids at Connect Four.
Sure.
Yep.
Yep.
You know, we had Justin Copley on a few weeks ago, and he's down in northwest Florida, southeast Alabama, and all he does is fish for teeners because
Yeah.
it's easy.
Yep. That's crazy.
It's easy. But anyway, continue with your story about that.
Yeah. So the ABA. So I'm sure you guys have heard a little bit of grumbling.
Alex
maybe
has no clue what the fuck we're even talking about, Joe.
I
but
do.
I do.
All right. So yeah. So
What
for
does
the
ABA
military
stand for,
tournament.
Alex? Sorry, Joe. Hold on a second.
No, I'm trying to listen.
What does
Quiet-
ABA stand
Quiet,
for?
Paul. I'm trying to listen to our guest.
American Bass Anglers.
I didn't ask.
Go ahead, Joe.
So ABA decided to they did their tournament, and for the military tournament, and they decided that they were going to give checks that actually bounced
Of
to the
course.
winners. So all the checks bounced. You don't do that to so I will tell you, Taylor and I were by far like the youngest ones there. And this was our first time doing the military tournament. I mean, these were just
Y'all ain't
like,
young.
I mean, you're talking about like Vietnam vets. Like
Yeah.
these are guys you don't fuck around with their money, stuff like that. So those checks started bouncing. About a week, I think it was about a week and a half later, they had the 2024 championship because it got postponed due to weather or whatever. So they had it a little later. Those checks bounced as well. And not only did those checks bounce, at the nationals, there's 2 boats to win. The winner and
forgot about that.
the
Yeah.
boater and the winning I'm sorry,
Co-angler.
non-boater, co-angler. So apparently what they did was they gave them certificates for their Camus boats. These 2 gentlemen, went to Camus to go order their boats, and Camus was like, we have no idea what you're talking about. They never reached out to us about a boat this year. So they essentially gave fraudulent certificates
Perfect.
to these guys. So yeah, it's kind of weird. It's ABA is kind of weird right now. Just reaching out to some people like kind of on the higher end of things. Essentially a lot of the guys still haven't been paid. There still has been no boat. They came out essentially the CEO, the president of ABA came out. Can't think of his first name, his last name Sheehan, but he came out with this email basically like, oh guys, like it was just like a banking glitch, like blah 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 blah, and like we're just gonna do cash only for now, like cash only, like pay there and whatever. And then a lot of things like started to kind of come into fruition once this started to come out. Like they're only basically doing 40% of payouts. So like obviously a big thing like that, you're not going to get 100% payout. It
Right.
makes no, like obviously they have some overhead, we understand, to run these tournament trails. But we found out for
60%.
dude, we found out for like the military one, it was like it was like 47% payout. We found that out after the fact, but yeah, so which is kind of wild. I think what their demise was is they opened like this past season, they opened like 2 new big trails. And they obviously didn't have the overhead or the overhead to pay for the capital to pay for any of that. And I think that's kind of what did them in. But it's actually at the point now where a lot of these anglers that haven't got paid have retained counsel, like lawyers, and now they're actually going down the talking about the class action lawsuit.
This will be the next trial to watch. We went from Karen Reed to the downfall of ABA. Yeah.
So, dude, and you know, I might still hop in a couple local ones just because, you know, I like the people who run it are good or whatever. I'm not trying to get points or anything. So I'm not, number one, who knows there's going to be a nationals this year. Number two, I'm not going to do that ride not knowing if I do win that I'm even going to get anything or if it's going to bounce. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I mean, because
go ahead. Sorry.
It's down at Eufaula this year. And from like the stuff I'm seeing, like people are basically like, fuck ABA. Like I'm not going down to that. Like what if I win, I actually still don't get anything. So yeah, so if I was a betting man, I would say I would bet that you probably won't see an ABA next year.
So I brought this up to lead into something else with just tournament fishing, kayaks and boats, because I do tournament fishing on kayaks. Yeah. You know, I've actually this year been in some of our local team tournaments. I have a bass boat with a buddy of mine. But I feel like in the next 2 to 3 years, there's going to be a reckoning with tournament fishing. We've already seen it in the kayak side. KBF isn't doing anything. Hobie folded after just 2 years ago.
2 years.
You had to log on when they opened tournament registration to be able to get a spot out of 250 people. The ABA's having their issues. Bass is having issues. There's a reckoning coming with tournament fishing from a regional or national perspective at minimum. That is going to be tournament fishing is going to be a little bit different in 2 or 3 years. I feel like from it, just there's not enough money to go around. The big tournaments are getting paid from the local municipalities to come there. There's not as much money going to be available for that, and I'm interested to see where it goes. You know, you got it's going to be a lot of. I feel like there's going to be a lot of changes. There's going to be a lot of trails in both boat worlds that are no longer going to exist, and it's going to be a wild ride, I believe.
Yeah, I agree. But at the same time, I think there kind of needs to be a change. There definitely needs to be a change. Number one, I think the fact that there's essentially three big ones out there is very like that kind of like really separates a lot of things. You know, kind of same way what they did with golf, where like PGA and Live, like all that, and now they're battling. If they just had one, I think it would be a lot more fruitful. I think there would be number one, a lot more spectators. I think there would be a lot more because guess what? Big fishing companies don't want to dump money into 3 different trails.
Well,
you know what I mean?
They also want to put their money into YouTubers and social media people who are going to sell the shit that's on the shelves.
That's 1,000% correct, and that's why you see all these first of all, the young anglers and all the even the older anglers are like hopping on the YouTube and stuff, because you're 100% right. You know, I've talked to people in the industry and they're like, you know, we're gonna take a dude that has 50,000 followers on Instagram and a bunch of people on YouTube over this 6-year-old guy who doesn't even have, you know, Facebook, and just puts our logo on the side of his boat that no one can really even see and no one gives 2 shits about.
That's how Randy Blockett got famous. He's an old fucker who just talks bitches about fishing on YouTube. He's got tons of people that watch.
But Randy got big initially from sharing tips and tricks
Yeah.
and lures.
Yeah.
And then he turned into
easy to sell that.
And then he turned into Peepaw getting his paper out the driveway in his robe.
That's my favorite.
Hollering at the kids across the street
version.
for being loud at 9 o'clock in the morning, and then going and posting on the internet about how kids don't go outside anymore. When he, that's the thing is he got
the best
big
analogy of
initially off of fishing, and then now But Randy Blockett, I won't call him a genius, but from a social media perspective, he figured out that he could say some stupid ass shit if he believes it or not.
Dude. You know what? Views are views, man.
Yes, they
doesn't
are.
matter if I if I sit there, because there's a lot of shit that guy says where I'm like, this fucking dipshit, dude.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what? I'm watching it, so that's a view.
There you go. And then you're you're rage commenting. And so you're going through there and you're commenting your rage, and then you're answering other people's rage. And before you know it, you got 10 comments on one of his posts.
And Randy Blockett's walking all the way to the bank with that ass.
Exactly.
Right. Yep.
Exactly.
Yep.
Yeah, that's what the fishing industry is now, and that's why they keep Ben Milliken on, man.
Yeah.
Like he hasn't been doing the best. He's a great stick. He's a great fisherman. I love Ben. I love his I don't give a fuck attitude. That's because that's very much how I am.
I just realized you guys are very similar. You guys look alike too.
No, they don't.
Yeah, they do.
I just gotta get that long hair, the locks.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, when you retire, there you go. You can be the Ben Milliken 2.0.
Yeah. Yep. But you know what, dude? They're not gonna take him off the tour.
No.
He's got look at this fucking YouTube. He's got YouTube. He's got ownership in Sixth Sense, which all the younger crowd absolutely love the Sixth Sense. You know what I mean? Like that's I mean even like in my wife's business, like she's in reusable energy, and like it's all about social media and shit, man. It's like that's just what it is. It's not, there's no more like Bass Pro Shop still sends me a fucking catalog this fucking big every year, and you know what I do? I toss her in the fucking trash.
Yep. Straight in the trash.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like
I've got 2 Bass Pro within 30 minutes of me.
Oh no shit.
So yeah, 2 of them.
He gets double the catalog.
I can just go there, or what am I going to do? More than likely, well, I mean, with Bass Pro, I go there because they're right. I pass them all the time. Otherwise, I'm going on the internet and buying the shit off the internet. I don't need a magazine.
Dude, Bass Pro Shop, for being called Bass Pro Shop, their fishing selection fucking blows.
I think it all. Well, so that is definitely
at least around here.
Yeah, I definitely think
be
that's
regionally
regional.
Based.
Yeah,
ours
yours is good, Paul.
A lot better, huh?
Yours is good, Paul. I would imagine yours is really good for freshwater, right?
Oh yeah, they've got. So both of ours have saltwater. We're 3 to 4 hours, 3 to 5 hours, depending on
where you're mostly going fresh, right?
Yes, mostly fresh. I will say this. Over the last couple of years, they really have had a wider array of stuff. But it's still, I mean, we used to have it down in Aberdeen, North Carolina. We used to have this little tackle shop, Aberdeen Bait and Tackle, and it was a great place, but it was a shithole. You walked in. There was a cat sitting beside the register that was missing a leg. There was a big-ass fucking parrot behind the register. There were a couple cages with cats in it. There was a cat or two behind. Like, you walked in, it smelled like kitty cats. And I loved it. I would go pet the kitty cats and love on the kitty cats. But you go in there, and the guy had every color of Zoom that you could imagine. I mean, he sold on eBay. That's where he still sells stuff on eBay. That had to close down. They were widening the road, and they eminent domained him. But you went in there, though, and you could find old shit. You could find every color of Zoom plastics, and it was an hour and 15-minute drive for me, and I would go down there before I went to the 2 Bass Pros here. And we have an Academy 15 minutes from the house, but Academy has a good stock earlier in the spring. But that shit gets gone and it's out, and then there's not much there come winter time. but it's still an online thing. I mean, I don't like ordering shit online because I forget about it, and I go to Bass Pro. Matter of fact, I went to Bass Pro to get some Carolina rig weights, which are the little cylinder weights, barrel weights. None there. Need to pick up some shaky heads. Didn't have the size I needed. Last time I went to go get drop shot weights, didn't have the drop shot weights. And so, you know, what do I end up doing? I come home and I go fucking find them online somewhere, or Amazon, or wherever it is, and buy the shit from there.
It very, very, you know, I have I really just have like one local tackle shop, and they got some good shit. It's just super tiny. I mean, I'm talking tiny. Like, it's probably the size, not much bigger than my office. You know what I mean? But he's got like cool shit. He's got, you know, Mega Bass, you know, Beast Coast, like stuff like that. But he jacks up the prices because he knows, like, the only people going there,
that's the only way he can fucking survive.
Yeah. And the only people really going there nowadays are the people like, oh fuck, I need these weights like for tomorrow. You know what I mean? Or there's bait for tomorrow. Because everyone's buying online, man. That's why Tackle Warehouse they have the market. They're not opening up a store right now. They don't need to. There's no reason to.
Yeah, I got a $100 order sitting in mine. When we end this tonight, I'm going to order from Tackle Warehouse because they have their bargain bin has some really good paddle tail swim baits, and they have my Carolina rig weights there. Yeah. So I've got an order coming.
It would be cool if they open up a store. So I don't know if you've ever gone through Tackle Direct. They're another real big one. They're mostly saltwater.
It's been a minute. Yeah, I've been on their site.
So what's cool is, they're like 20 minutes from me. They have an actual store in South Jersey. That's where they're out of.
Gotcha.
So you can order online and then literally just be like, I'm going to pick it up.
That's cool.
And then if you're real nice to them, they just let you wander around the back and just grab whatever else you needed. Where it's like, cool. Shit, they haven't put it up on the website yet.
Yeah,
I think that's pretty cool. And I know you can't do that everywhere, but I know they're a big dealer, mostly in saltwater. I'm in South Jersey, so like my Bass Pro sucks for bass fishing because it's nothing but like fucking trout dough and striper shit. That's it. Like
that's kind of how they are here too, man. Like I have one. It's down towards Boston, like Foxborough. It's right next to Gillette Stadium where the Patriots play, literally in the same parking lot. It's the same thing. It's a lot of saltwater shit, and the bass stuff is just like, it's like the problem with them. Like a big problem that they have is they're really, really trying to push their Bass Pro brand stuff.
Yes,
now,
and you have to. You kind of have to. Like that's their deal.
Yep. And you know, some of the stuff's okay, but it's just that and the Johnny Morris bullshit. But it's just good.
If you just look at a Walmart. Our Walmart here has
everything because it's fucking huge.
Yeah, but the fishing side doesn't. It has one aisle. So when I talk about an aisle, we're talking about 2 rows of shelves.
Yeah, but the aisle goes down about 3.5 miles, though. It's fucking huge.
The reason he's saying that, Joe, is because when he came and visited me, we had
biggest one I've ever fucking seen.
And we walked in the garden center, and then we walked in, and he stops, and he's like, "Holy shit!"
The garden center was this big. Yeah, the garden center was
as Walmart I've ever seen. It's like all of our WalMarts down here look like this.
The garden center was bigger than the Walmart I have.
Yeah,
like the full fucking thing. Those Southerners love their fucking Wally World. Holy shit!
But you go down into the fishing section. And only one side of the aisle has fishing stuff in it. It's not a lot. But then if you go down to Florida or you go down to Alabama or some of those places, their fishing selection is huge.
Yeah.
I've got a buddy and we talk and he says something like, go to Walmart and get this. It's like, bitch, my Walmart ain't got that. It just doesn't. No. So it really depends on where you are.
Yeah, it's funny because like our kind of same way. It's very small. Our section's very small. In our local Walmart, and nobody goes there for fishing stuff. Like it's you know what I mean. Like, and so at the end of the season, they clearance the fuck out of some stuff. So dude, like I use a lot of 6 cents hooks, and dude, they'll have them for $1. Yep. And then the other thing that they sell there that no one buys is Max Scent. So you get those for like $1 or $2 at the end of the season. It's wild.
Lucky. We might have 2 pegs of Max Scent.
Yeah, they got Max.
We don't have that much shit.
I mean, they have 1,000 fucking mystery tackle boxes pile
Is that
up.
still a fucking thing? Is mystery tackle box? Are people still doing mystery tackle box?
I don't know.
The only
see-
one
I-
that I know still going is Dark Horse Tackle. That's
Yep,
the only one that I ever see come across is Dark Horse.
Yep, Dark Horse still does their like legit subscription.
Yeah.
Mystery Tackle, like maybe, but they like you can just fucking buy them in Walmart.
Who the
like,
fuck's buying that shit anymore? How are we
young
still
kids,
doing
man?
that?
It's young
Yeah.
kids. Because dude, it's like I actually did a video on YouTube about it recently, and dude, it's like it's all like I did that. I had that Monster Bass,
Right.
the Sixth Sense one, and then Dark Horse. Which I work with Dark Horse, so obviously I'm I'm a little biased to there, but dude, the Sixth Sense ones are good. I love I'm a big Sixth Sense guy. I love their shit. I love their baits. They actually still do a good one. But yeah, the Monster Bass and the Tackle. It's the problem with those boxes, especially like the Monster Bass and the Mystery Tackle box, dude. It's all just a shit that these brands can't sell.
Yeah,
like you got these wild fucking crazy colors that no one wants to throw. You know what I mean? That's all you're getting. That's all you're getting out of those.
I will say I was a six. What it was, the six sack, I believe is what it.
Yeah,
was
that's
called.
what it is. Yep, that's what it is.
Zeshe
My man.
passed out.
Joe, this man died on Bass and Brews.
He did. Was that before or after he said that? Never mind, because we're gonna ask Joe later that question.
Joe,
but yeah, he died.
He
on
died on Bass and Brews and came back to life.
That's my man right
He's
there.
bass fishing Jesus now.
So he's on my shit list right now, and he knows it.
Good.
Oh.
So I just got back from St. Lawrence River.
Everybody, we're talking about Zechariah.
Zechariah Fillard.
Zeshe.
So he was supposed to meet me up there, and he had to bail last minute. And then he basically was like, "Yeah, dude, the reason I had to bail didn't even happen." So I could have
what the fuck? Hey Zeshe, fuck you, buddy. Fuck you.
Yeah.
Fuck you and your bean sandwich.
But you know what? Every 4 or 5 pound smallmouth I caught, I immediately took a picture of it and sent it to him.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And so he's I love that dude. I go down to the Columbus show with him every year. And he was my partner for actually a St. Lawrence River tournament last fall, and we're gonna do it again this year as long as he doesn't bail on me. So he doesn't bail on me. But yeah, the six sack. I will say I was with them from when I started bass, and I think I had them for about 4 years. Yeah.
Also, still haven't sent me my crankbait.
Also because there was like a billing issue when they upped the price of it, but they kept me locked in at $8.99 a month, getting the upgraded bag.
$40 versus
so I just let it going. But the only problem I will say with them, they do make great baits. I love Sixth Sense. People have talked. I love Sixth Sense, right? The only problem with that one is it is not regional at all.
Yeah.
Because I would get a sack and I'd be like stoked. You get it. You open it up. Sweet. I've got crankbaits that can dive 15 feet. And the biggest lake around me is 8. This is going to go great. So it's a hit or miss, but I always said they're really pretty baits though. So like on our Christmas tree, some of those really deep divers, I just pulled all the hooks off and made a fucking Christmas ornament after it.
Hell yeah.
Thanks, Alex.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Look.
I gotta tell you, I did the six sack was one of the ones that I kind of held on to.
Oh look,
yeah.
He was supposed to send all of those were supposed to come to me about a year and a half ago, and then Alex was like, "No, we're going to start giving them away to our fans. I'm going to
didn't do that either.
Paul's baits, and he has not sent them those either. Nobody has gotten anything that they won on Bass and Brews that Alex said that he was going to send them.
Dude,
that's so many of these things.
Dude, I know what you can do with those if you don't give them to the fans.
What's that?
Have you guys heard of the app Whatnot?
Oh, fuck me. Yeah, somebody's talking about it in Discord. Dink was talking about it. Yeah.
So, dude, so he actually hit me up on like Instagram or something because I think he saw like one of my posts or something. Dude, I had to like be like, no, dude, I need to like stop because like I'm a big like mega bass junkie and like so like I love like the shit that comes like straight from Japan. That's like all that's all in Japanese stuff like that, dude. And these people are just like it's just a live auction of like all this crazy like anything you could, any in the fishing that you can think of. And I'm just like, you just keep swiping and bidding, and like, you're like, oh sweet, I won that one. Then you're like, I won that one. And then next thing you know, dude, it's
It's like a
Next
fucking
thing you know, your wife
$500
is
bill.
like, what is whatnot?
So
Oh.
it's funny you say it.
Well.
So she sends me a picture while I'm up in the St. Lawrence River, and it's literally my entire fucking kitchen table. She's like, what is all this shit? I'm like, oh no.
It came in.
I was like, just put them down in my office.
Sorry, honey. I was drinking White Claw Surge,
Yep.
and I think it was a mistake. I'm sending them back. I'm selling some of them.
Yep.
And then all you gotta do is just put them in your tackle boxes and be like, yeah, I sent all that. Yeah, I sold some stuff. Well, where's the money? Well, I actually traded it. I just traded some of the stuff.
Yep. I went from Whatnot to Balloon Knot. It's the same website. But Joe, I totally forgot. He did call you out by name. It says, I decided to listen to Jigs and Bigs podcast on that Friday at work. Joe mentioned an auction app called Whatnot. Well, they do tackle. Now I think I have a new habit.
Dude, it's just like that. It's just like there's always like, 5 or 6 people that are up randomly. It's like dudes, it's usually like dudes in their basement, like shit like that. Just like
It is.
I have this fucking, this Riot fucking topwater swim bait, or like what this, like I'll start the bid off $1 and then everyone just swipes you. Next thing you know, it's at $40. So I actually thought about it because I have so much fucking shit in my base or in my garage. I'm never gonna. I can't like. I'm not gonna like throw it away. Yeah, dude. You wouldn't believe how much money you'd have in your pocket after selling shit for one night.
Fuck but do they ship it out for you, or do I have to go and ship it out? Because that's the problem.
So you have to ship it out.
I can't just take their money and then go to the Cayman Islands.
No,
Joe,
you got to ship it out.
Joe, his wife works at the post office. She goes there every fucking day, and he cannot mail shit out.
Literally, they do the label and everything for you. You just got to print it out. Yeah, you just got to print it out.
His wife works there. He doesn't have to do anything but give her the shit. She can box it, label it, send it. Like this bitch is talking about, oh, do I have to mail it out? Because that's the problem when his wife goes to the post office every day because she is employed by them.
Listen, it's tough. It's tough. All right. Well, we are getting to the most integral part of the show, Joe.
Okay.
But before we get there, I want to give you a chance.
There's no CH in integral.
Oh, my God. Anyways, Joe, I want to give you a chance to let people know where they can find you and any shout-outs you'd like to give.
Yeah, man. So you can find me on, all the socials, the fun ones, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok. It's all American Vet Fishing. Whatnot? No, you'll see. Yeah, actually, it is American Vet Fishing on Whatnot. So if anyone's listening and you see me on there bidding, tell me to get the fuck off.
No.
Like, I need you guys to tell me to get off.
Actually, listen, this is Jigs and Bigs. That might work, right? But this is Bass and Bruce. If you guys see American Vet Fishing, counterbid him every time. Get that thing as high as possible.
Oh, and I'll still do it too. That's the problem.
He's like, Yamamoto's for $28. That's still a good deal.
I haven't seen that color in a long time.
That green pumpkin is a little more pumpkin-y.
Oh shit! It's in the green bag, not the blue and white one.
Oh, it's got blue flake in it. Hell yeah!
Yeah. But dude, YouTube, Instagram. The YouTube I started probably 3 months ago. It's doing pretty good. I put a lot of work into those, so definitely go check that out. And then Instagram and TikTok and shout outs, man. A big thing that's helped me out. Obviously, the Jigs and Bigs podcast. Dark Horse has really helped me with the tournament stuff and the fishing. Same with Fish or Die Bait Company. They've been like my premier people. That's actually who I was up at the St. Lawrence River with. We're doing their content week, so we got videographers and stuff bounce around the boats and just doing content for them. So definitely shout out and a thanks to those guys.
Hey, and listen, if you guys are watching on YouTube, let us know in the comments. Tell me this guy doesn't look like a masshole version of Ben Milliken.
I was waiting. I knew the mass hole would come out at some point.
I had to wait. I had to hold on to it. Listen, you can't blow it all at once. You know what I mean?
Alex, spell Massachusetts.
It's Tom. boys and girls. Let's see how far down the rabbit hole we can go today. Woo! Wow. It only takes one.
All right, Joe, it is time for the patent pending Bass and Bruce shotgun round. How this is going to work is we're going to ask you a set of rapid fire questions. We just need you to answer them. Yes, no, or whatever the answer is. We don't need a full explanation unless we ask for it. And we need you to actually answer it. None of this fucking political bullshit where you like, well, it depends on if a frog jumped on my left knee. Like none of that shit.
I'll give you straight up shit.
No him and hawing.
Yes.
No him and hawing.
All right, I want to make sure you're ready because the brewskis out there, they are very welcoming, wonderful bunch of people. But if there's anything that's going to send you to the highest highs to become a serious angler or the lowest lows to the dark waters, it's going to be this segment.
Perfect. Hit me.
Good luck.
All right, you're going to pay more for a rod or a reel?
Reel.
Okay, makes sense. Crocs or flops?
Flops.
Just like Ben Milliken.
Boat answer.
That is definitely a
Bass
boat
boat
answer.
answer is always flops.
Pineapple on pizza, yes or no?
Yes.
My man.
See, you can tell you motherfuckers live close together.
Hey, so I'll let you get pineapple with buffalo chicken. Try it.
Oh, that's fucking
pizza.
perfect. Spicy and sweet. Let's go. Perfect. Texas or wacky?
Wacky.
Again, you can tell he's in New England.
You can tell he's from the Northeast. You can tell. Hey, when's the last time you've even tied on a Texas rig?
I always have a Texas rig tied on.
When was the last time you threw it
locker
and caught a fish?
I don't even know if this is a fucking... the rod could be broken. I wouldn't even know.
It's one of those little Barbie rods. He's like, I've got one tied on. You're on your way to go fishing. Is it hype music or is it slow jam?
Always hype music. Gangster rap, man.
Gangster rap. Can you name a couple of artists for us?
Tupac, Coolio,
You went right for fucking Coolio?
Number two. Old school, dude. Old school. But it's Tupac, Too Short.
Yeah, Too Short. They're not like
X.
Tina, the sperm cleaner.
We've
Paul,
talked about cum a lot on this episode.
there's a lot. I think that's going to be in the episode. Joe comes on the show, but I'm going to spell it C-U-M.
Make sure you put Joe from Jigs and Bigs
Comes on the show. Oh, that's it. Watch it get real famous because people are like, I want to hear these three dudes coming.
Make sure you tag Bobby in that one. Make sure you tag Jigs and Bigs in it. make them a what the fuck is it?
Contributor.
Contributor.
Yeah. You're gonna head on the water for. Oh man, we've had a lot of people who catch big fish, so I got to dial these numbers down because you're in Massachusetts.
Okay. Yeah.
You're gonna be on the water for 5 hours. Would you rather catch 5 2-pounders or 1 7?
1-7.
Okay. How about 1 6?
Yes.
Okay.
You can't say that because Derek Brundle is from Mass and he be catching big ass fish up there.
That's true.
Yeah, there's a few people out here that do it, but you know what? He does it by throwing the big ass swim baits, and I don't have the patience for that.
Fuck that thing. Listen, the only people that throw that are either looking for clout or they're fishing in Florida where it's easy.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Y'all are just mad because neither one of you can catch big fish. So
that's fucking true. That's true. Hey, Joe, do you eat largemouth bass?
No.
Have you ever eaten it?
Fuck?
No.
Why?
I'm not even a big. The only fish that I really eat is like southern, like salt, like tropical saltwater shit.
Okay.
I'm not a big fish guy.
All right, that's fair.
When you and Bobby come down here, I'm going to cook y'all every largemouth we catch.
Yep. Well, we have a saying.
That'll hurt my soul.
We're eating it.
Yeah, I mean, Paul has made it very clear. He showed me the scientific proof and everything that the best tasting largemouth bass are the breeding 10-pounders and up. Like, and you want to make sure that you get them before they actually lay their eggs.
Yeah, because we're gonna fry the eggs.
Yeah,
and you're gonna eat deep fried bass eggs.
Yeah. Okay.
It just explodes in your mouth.
I'll try anything once. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you'll slurp this up all night long.
Well, on the same topic, Joe, do you eat beaver?
No.
No?
What?
Never
Damn.
tried it.
Sorry for Miss Brown.
No. That's why she's got spicy cubes.
Oh fuck! Oh,
It went the other way this time, Paul.
Yeah,
He's
I know.
so locked into the outdoors.
But usually we sneak into it a little bit better. We just went straight for the lips on that.
yeah.
one.
So the reason why I give that, and that's why it went to my brain. Like we've talked about someone that Nelson DaCosta. I don't know if you guys
yeah.
or is it? Yeah, it's Nelson. Yeah, he goes around, he traps beavers, and he like eats them. You know, and
They're
it's just
delicious.
yeah, it's not
Like the furry beaver that lives in the water that you trap to make pelts out of. They are delicious eating. I mean,
I've
they
heard
really are
it.
good.
I've never tried it. I would try it, but
you're right there around Nelson. I can't. Y'all have got to have a shindig. And Nelson
I've had Nelson's food before on an ice fishing trip. He just didn't have that at the time.
Nelson didn't bring you his beaver. Gotcha.
Nope, he did not. He did not.
Paul, we've been doing that question for like 3 years now, and the responses are either
they laugh and they're thinking, or they automatically answer no.
Yeah.
I was locked in, man.
It's always one of those. It's either no right away, or you can tell that the fucking gears are turning.
they're trying to figure out.
And they're trying to figure out what the fuck we're talking about.
Yeah,
and so if you only listen to this podcast via audio and you do not watch,
Dude, the Joe Cermelli one was the best. He was so fucking mad at us for asking that question because he's like, now I look like a fucking pervert. And we're like, I don't know what you're talking about.
Look, if you only listen to the podcast, you should do yourself a favor and go to YouTube and just fast forward through all the shit and just get to the shotgun round and just watch. You can fast forward up because it starts with the first question is, do you eat largemouth bass?
Yep.
We always follow it up with the beaver question. Just do yourself a favor and go back and listen or watch that 10 seconds, because the look on their faces is either like Joe, no, or they're just sitting there going, what the fuck? I'm not, yeah.
And then let's go a step forward.
Shit. Do you eat beaver? Yeah. How do you prepare it? Raw.
Listen, hit us up at bassandbrews@gmail.com. Send us your top 3 beaver answers, because we have been doing it for like 3 years now. So
It's been a while.
I want to hear your top 3
because it originated.
Joe, you
out
know
of the
Texas
blue.
Bass Babe.
Tiffany.
Yeah.
That's how fucking Paul originated that question.
Look, this wasn't even in the shotgun round. This was just in the middle of the podcast, out of the blue. I asked it, and if she would have been like, no, we don't, whatever. But she had the reaction of like, the fuck did he just ask me?
Yeah.
And so Alex listens to it and he's watching it and shit. And he's like, oh, we got to add this in the shotgun round.
3 years later.
It's still the best question.
We've got to be at, we've asked that question at least over 175 times now.
Oh, all right.
It's awesome. So everybody go to Bass and let us know at bassandbrews@gmail. Stop. Shut up, Paul. Why do you have to fucking ruin it? Why do you got to do that every fucking time?
Because
like every
you have
time.
to be
You're
be
the fucking
accurate with your numbers if you're going to throw
No, I
numbers
don't.
out there.
People it's not a oh my god, I hate you so much. Yeah, I'm done with you.
Look,
Joe.
accuracy is important for our show.
Yes, because we are the most educationally
I can tell.
accurate.
I can
Exactly.
I can tell.
All right, Joe, this is the most important question.
Okay.
This is the one this is the one where you could trip up and fuck up your whole fishing social personality career.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. This is why Zeshe looked like he got shot in the head by a sniper in World War II and was laying on the front porch. It was not the booze.
Bailey from Serious Angler at one point almost had to quit the show because he answered this so bad.
Okay. All right.
Every great angler loves a good sandwich.
Mm-hmm.
What are your top 3 sandwich proteins?
Like not doesn't have to be like on a boat or whatever, right?
Nope.
Top 3
protein.
sandwich proteins.
Tuna,
Okay.
Ugh.
egg.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
and turkey.
Perfect. You
Would
nailed
you
it.
make a sandwich with all 3 of them on it?
Yeah. Oh fuck yeah.
I'd probably eat
Nice.
that too. I'd probably
Yeah.
eat that too.
Zeshe said
Black
beans.
beans. Black beans.
Black
He said
beans.
a can of fucking black beans on bread.
No,
He
no, no,
didn't
no.
say a
Sandwich,
bean
not a
burger.
burrito.
Right.
He
Burrito.
did not say a bean burger. He just
Right.
said black beans. Like he doesn't even drain them and wash them. He just dumps wet black beans on some white bread and eats a soggy ass black bean sandwich.
Bailey said spinach. The fuck?
And yep. and
Delirious
said
Angler
cheese.
said fucking just cheese. Just throw a block of cheese on that bitch.
Look,
It's
that
a grilled
was
cheese,
that
man.
was that was episode 4 or 5 or 3.
Yeah.
That was like he lifted that question up right off the bat of this podcast. I wasn't even here then.
Yep. He nailed it. All right, everybody. It's been a good episode. I hope you guys have the week you deserve. That means maybe don't be an asshole, but if you're gonna be an asshole, like expect to have a shitty week. Thanks, Joe, for coming on. We'll see you guys on the next one.
Thank you.